Hello everyone, I'm coming to you on this Wayback Wednesday. Yes, Wayback Wednesday to talk about what 5 things would you tell your younger self. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to come to you either Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Maybe do motivational Mondays, Wayback Wednesdays, and fun Fridays to talk about the topic on my blog post, which is dellblogger.com. So today we're going to talk about the 5 things you would tell your younger self. Now, you think about it, most of us are older, wiser, and if we could go back and tell ourselves 5 things, what would it be? Chris, what would you tell yourself? If there was one thing you could tell yourself, if you could pick up the phone and call yourself, how about you, Ren? Is there something that you would tell your younger self? I know you're telling the girls now, but we never listened to our parents. So today's blog post on Dell Blogger is, what 5 things would you tell your younger self? And one of the ones that I stated was, all those weekends that I spent running up and down 13 to get down to Rehoboth Beach, I should have brought some land back then. Back in the 70s, if I had bought just a little bit of land heading down, through Sussex County, Delaware, I could be retired and living on the beach right now. So let's think about this. What would you tell your younger self? What 5 things? If you could pick up a phone and tell yourself something, what would it be? Buy stock, perhaps Apple stock when it was like less than $1 a share. How about save more money? Everyone probably wanted to tell each other to save more money. But that's why I wanted to talk to you today. Just let me know. Joan, what do you think? What would you have told yourself if you could go back and think about all the things that you did and you could pick up the phone and call yourself? What would be one of the things that you would tell yourself? So today on the blog post, it's what 5 things would you tell your younger self? And let me give you what I have. My list is, obviously, the first one I said, buy some land. Driving down to Rehoboth Beach every summer, I should have bought some land because then I could be on that beach now, retired. Number 2, I would have told myself to never, ever, ever, ever smoke. Yeah, I spent 35 years smoking, using those cancer sticks. Had I even used that money to buy land, it would have been better. I quit in 2009, yay me, but I wish I had never ever picked up a cigarette. The third thing I would have told myself was to keep teaching. I received my degree in elementary education, and although the salary was very, very low back in 1983, I should have kept teaching because right now I'd be like hubby, retired with a full pension. So that was my number 3. Number 4, I would have told myself to travel more. Not that I haven't traveled, but I think I should have traveled more before I got married and before I had kids, because I probably would have found places to go outside of Orlando, Florida, right? And last but not least, yes, stock. I should have bought some Apple stock or Microsoft stock or more shares in IBM. So what would you tell yourself? Your younger self, what 5 things would you tell your younger self? Now, Joan says, save $1 a day for 20 years and do not use it until you have of savings. Okay. Yes. Imagine if we had said we're going to save $1 a day for 20 years and not use it. Now, I know some people have those penny jars and you drop that money in, and that's a way to save money. Hey, Willie. Willie, we're talking about what 5 things you would tell your younger self if you could. If there was a phone, like in that episode of The Twilight Zone, where Grandma left Billy the phone and she told Billy that she could, he could call her whenever. If you had a phone right now and you could call your younger self and tell yourself 5 things, what would it be? 20 years of saving. Okay, I got you. 20 years of saving. That's right. Save $1. Joan says save $1 a day for 20 years and do not use it until you have 20 years of saving. I like that, Joan. Just $1 a day. It sounds like one of those commercials, but actually, if you think about just saving $1 a day for 20 years and never having touched it, we'd be very comfortable right about now. Willie, what would you do? Let me know what you would do, or if you could tell your children. Obviously, we tell our children, but they don't listen. Katrina, welcome. We're talking about today's blog post. What 5 things you would tell yourself, your younger self? What would you tell your younger self if there was one thing or 2 things? But on the blog post, which is dellblogger.com, what would be one thing or 5 things that you would tell your younger self? So I want you to think about that on a Wayback Wednesday. You can leave a comment here, or you can head over to www.dellblogger.com. But I think on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I'm going to come in here midday during my lunchtime and, talk about the topic that's on the blog to get your opinion, because that's what's important. We're all in this together, and I try to connect with as many people as possible. So I do appreciate you, popping in here. So, okay, Willie, so you said just made better choices in life in general. Yeah, and that, you think about hindsight is 2020, but there has to be one thing. Just think of one thing. You're a great photographer. Would that have been your choice? Would you have started earlier? Would you have, moved to another location, like, maybe a place that had great scenes, or, Europe, wherever. One thing, just think of one thing that you would tell yourself if you could pick up that phone and dial your old number. And the reason why I came up with this post was because of the Facebook group, the Wayback, I think it's the Wayback group, and they wanted to know if you could remember your childhood telephone number. And a lot of people could, and I do too. I lived in New Rochelle, New York, and I remember my telephone number. It's not in existence anymore, but again, that made me think about if I could pick up the phone today and dial 914-235-0905 and had my younger self pick up the phone, what would my 55-year-old self tell my 5-year-old self? What would it be? Travel more, save more, buy some land, invest in stock, don't smoke, and keep teaching? That's what I have. So check it out. Head over to the blog, www.dellblogger.com, and leave a comment there. Okay, so Willie, you said you would have gotten your computer programming degree rather than let it pass me by. And that is what a lot of people are saying, staying in college or, pursuing that degree. And I think that is something that is going to be timeless. That's something that we all should do, at one point. And it's never too late. It's never too late to go back to school. So if it's in you and you want to go back and do some computer programming classes, whether adult education courses, continuing education courses at Dell Tech, do it. It's never too late to do that. Joan, I do appreciate you for chiming in. Katrina, I'm still waiting for you. What would you tell yourself? Hey, Juanita. Now, I know Juanita's going to have a great comment. Juanita, we're talking about if you could call yourself and tell your younger self 5 things, what would it be? Now, you've accomplished a lot in life, but if you could pick up that phone and call yourself at age 5 or age 10, what would be the one thing that you would tell yourself? Okay, Charlene said, I would not become a teacher. Instead, I would have pursued my dream of writing. Charlene, okay. Teaching and writing, they go hand in hand. And why don't you start writing? Start a blog. Oh, it's wonderful. Cliff, hi, put 5 on it. What would you tell yourself if you could pick up that phone and call yourself and say, do this or don't do that? Juanita, right, never give up. That is number 1. You will be all right. Yes, you remember those times when we thought the world was crashing in around us and we could see no out. We just didn't understand why, things weren't working out the way that we wanted. But if you never give up, it always works out. But remember, think about, not remember, but think about one thing that you've always wanted to do. And if you could go back and do it, what would it be? Learn to be wise with your money. Don't we all, just like they're saying, if we could just save $1 every day for the last 20 years, we would not have to be working today. So I wish I had done that. I wish I'd have saved my coins and, invested more, bought some property, bought some land, and definitely not spent it frivolously on cigarettes, or hanging out. I would always say, save your money, save your money, save your money. Learn to be wise with your money. Dr. Juanita, you are true. It's so true. We need to learn how to be wise with our money. So guys, today's blog post on www.delblogger.com, you head over there now and leave your comment. What would you tell your younger self? What 5 things would you tell your younger self? And then Friday we'll come back and we'll talk about Fun Friday facts. So thank you guys for, giving me a few minutes of your time. I appreciate you. No matter what your dream is, live your dream and be true to yourself. And that's coming from Dr. Juanita Foster. And I appreciate you guys all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be safe. And I'll see you soon. Don't know what happened there. This is good. Thank you. Enjoy your day. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Delaware Blogger at www.delblogger.com. Go head over there now after this and leave comments. Leave the comments that you left here on the blog post as well. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.